Hi everyone. So I need to record another video this morning. I've been reading a little bit of news this morning, right? And in particular, I was noticing my body's response to hard to take in news, right? There's plenty of it these days. And something that I have become really aware of is that a coping mechanism that I used for most of my life, that I had the privilege to use for most of my life, was to ignore bad news because it's hard to take, right? It's like physically painful, it's emotionally painful, it's impossible to rectify, like how to exist, how to move forward in a world full of so much terrible news. Obviously, specifically right now, I'm talking about the horrific behavior of the police and the legal system with regards to the treatment of Black people. I mean, I'm not gonna go into details because we all know what we're talking about. And most specifically, the decision about Breonna Taylor and the way that no justice was served there, which is not surprising, but it's just hard to take. It's hard to take, right? And then I was watching the protests again. I recently started using Twitter a little bit. I know that many other people have been on that bandwagon a lot longer than I have. I find Twitter to be really ADD and like so much information coming at me so fast that I don't know what to pay attention to, so I have not used it. But I follow Sergio Olmos in particular, and a couple of the other reporters. Tuck Woodstock is another one in Portland, and they're always downtown, like in the midst of the protests. And so I found a thread, Sergio Olmos's thread from last night, and they're like disturbingly the same, right? Every night starts with this really peaceful protests and protesters, doing the chanting of Black Lives Matter, or, say her name, Breonna Taylor in particular last night, and the other ones holding signs and protesting, and it's, this crowd of protesters, and then invariably the police show up for one reason or another, and they break it up and they start shouting out the calls to disperse the crowd. They start, dispensing tear gas and other weapons, and running people down and beating people up. It's disturbing every time I see it. And so this morning, just now, I was noticing my body's reaction to this. And when I start consuming news and when I don't turn away from it, my body really tenses up, and then this morning and often it starts to tremor, it starts to shake. So this is important because one of the things that we can learn through practicing tremoring on purpose is that the body has the ability to move through these disturbing emotions and release them instead of like gripping and holding on to them or sort of pushing them down and ignoring them. So today the thing that I'm going to do and that I'm going to show you and teach you is not a tremor specifically, and it relates to all this because it's a chest opener. And this coping mechanism that I employed mostly unknowingly and subconsciously through most of my life to ignore the news because it's disturbing, is something that becomes impossible to do when we practice releasing and opening, which is one of the things that the tremors and that this position in particular can help with. So without further ado, I I have an exercise ball here, which is like the ideal in my opinion. You can also use like a Zafu pillow, one of those meditation cushions, or like a stack of books with a blanket over it to make it softer, or just like a big stack of pillows. Anything that will give some like this shape that you can drape your body over. So you want to get up on your exercise ball or whatever it is and position your body. My feet are flat on the floor. I know this camera angle is a little awkward, but position your chest so that like your breastbone is sort of at the top, and like it's opening right across the pec area. The exercise ball is great because it provides a cushion for the head. So if you're using like a stack of books with a blanket over it, or a meditation pillow or something, you might need to make a pillow for your head as well, so that your neck isn't just like flopping back in a really uncomfortable way. Okay, so when you're here and you want to like open up your arms and let your chest be really open, and this will naturally encourage deeper breathing. It'll encourage an opening of the throat. It's a really vulnerable place to put your body. So I'm noticing already just being here, it's like, it's a little bit like, I don't know if scary is the right word, but I feel really sort of open and exposed and vulnerable, right? So like when we're hunched in front of our computers, or when we're facing some kind of hard thing in the world, we tend to like hunch forward and curl in, and it's like a protective thing. And we need this a lot in the world, because there is so much to protect ourselves from. But what we also need even more, even in spite of the things that we need to protect ourselves from, is we need the courage to open ourselves vulnerably. And like not, obviously like not in the middle of a protest. So like there are times when we need to protect ourselves for like physical safety reasons or emotional safety reasons. But like in the comfort of our own homes, when we are safe, if we practice this opening, it's going to help us like tear down these coping mechanisms of turning away and closing ourselves down from our own truth, and it will give us the courage to speak, even though it's hard, and even though it's scary, and even though we don't know the outcome. Right? So just do some draping here. Let's open our chests together. Let's be vulnerable together. So then, like, logistically, as you're coming out of this, you don't want to stand up right away. There's a possibility for fainting, depending on how long you stay here, right? So come out of it really gently. If you're on the floor already, like over a cushion, rolling off to one side is really great. You can also do it, you can do that on the ball. I can roll to the side, or I can, let's see, check the angle here. If you're on the ball, you can just sort of like roll down to the ground so your butt is on the ground, and then take some time before you sit up, because the blood's been going to the head, right? And so if you just yank your head up, you could pass out or get dizzy or whatever. So just be gentle and slow with it. I will roll off to the side here. And here I am. So that's the draping. Let's do some chest opening. Let's be vulnerable with each other, with ourselves, right? Getting open that way and breathing is going to really help us kind of tear down some of that armor and get in touch with our truth, so we can be real with each other. The world needs us to be real and be brave and be vulnerable now. Thanks, guys.